The White House is going after a federal judge for her decision to shut down Alligator Alcatraz.
We're not backing down. We've always said that we are going to continue to fight in the court of law for what's right. And we think it's despicable that an activist judge has inserted themselves in this migrant detention facility to the point where DHS is now having to relocate these illegal immigrants to other detention facilities around the country. We're going to comply with court orders, but we're also going to fight back on them on the merits of the law. And DHS is in compliance while we disagree with this decision, and we'll continue to fight it in court.
All right, Florida Congressman Byron Donalds joining us this morning. Congressman, according to a new report, shutting it down cost Florida taxpayers $218 million. You're not going to let that happen, are you?
Stu, right now, this is not a good situation. Obviously, this judge, in my view, overstepped their bounds, just citing with some environmental concerns and costing the state hundreds of millions of dollars in the process. So it's going to be very difficult. But if this facility is going to be shut down and DHS is going to relocate illegals to other facilities, then you have to haul the material out. So it's going to cost Florida taxpayers if this is allowed to continue. But knowing the governor and his team, they're going to continue to fight this because that facility has been doing its job, which is housing illegal aliens when preparing them for processing so that they are sent out of the country immediately.
It is incredible to me that the judge said, oh, you've got to take it down for environmental reasons. That place used to be an airport. There's never been any environmental problem to anybody's knowledge. And they used that as the pretext to charge Florida taxpayers $200 million. It just seems like it's another low down the totem pole judge who's making a very big decision, and they don't have the right to make that decision.
No, you're absolutely correct. And I know that there was a Supreme Court ruling a couple months ago about nationwide injunctions. And so in that ruling, the Supreme Court was clear. You can't have a federal judge making a blanket injunction across the entire United States. In this one, where there is some wiggle room, is that the judge made a specific decision on this facility. But be that as it may, it's the wrong decision. Shutting down this facility simply because people may have an environmental concern, where this facility is built on an existing jet port that was built in the 60s. There was actually very little environmental harm. If you've been to the facility, this is a terrible decision by this judge. I would assume the state of Florida and Governor DeSantis are going to continue to fight this.
The FBI says over 1,200 people have been arrested since Trump began his crime crackdown in D.C. You work in D.C., you're a congressman. Have you found any Democrats who are publicly supporting the presence of the National Guard in D.C.? I'm sure the Republicans are in favor. What about the Democrats?
I've not heard of any Democrats doing it publicly. They should probably follow Muriel Bowser's lead now, the D.C. mayor, who's now come out in support of this, because what she's seeing on the ground is what everybody's been wanting in D.C. for quite some time. A safe Washington, D.C., where crime is down, carjackings are now down, murder, there hasn't been a murder in D.C. Based upon the numbers I've seen in 14 days. I can't remember the last time that's happened in the nation's capital. It's a safer D.C. because President Trump has stepped up and led. So Democrats have a choice. They can either support the president's vision of a safe nation's capital for everybody, or they can just have petty partisan political views, which have led to a very unsafe nation's capital for everybody, whether you're Republican or Democrat, white or black, rich or poor.
Yeah, Congressman, we just got new numbers from Attorney General Bondi. They're on the screen now. There were another 86 arrests made, including a suspected Tren de Aragua gang member, 5 illegal firearms seized. That brings total to 1,367 arrests, 140 illegal guns off the street. We just got that information. Congressman, thanks as always for being a part of us today, and we hope you have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. We'll see you later.